Daisie from Daisie Scraps and I are doing all throughout the month of November, where we took inspiration from Christina Werner's holiday card series this year and decided to make some of her her cards for ourselves. So I'm just showing you the stamps here that I'm going to use. I had to pull from a couple places to be able to get the same sort of feel that that she has on her card. So I have a stamp set from Avriel, which is actually a birthday stamp set, but we make it work. And then I had that Close to My Heart stamp set, and then a Stampin' Up stamp so that I could get the tree. So we pulled out our pencil crayons, and I'm actually going to let my kids help with this one. I think this is the perfect card for letting your little guys help out. So basically what I did, you can see there, my youngest is down below me. I stamped a whole bunch of images for him, and I just let him go to town. Now the trick about letting your kids help out is you have to accept what they do. So I know that's hard for some people, but that's really the magic of this type of card. If you're going to let your kids help out, you want people to know that your kids made them. So let them color, let them experiment with the different colors, let them go outside of the lines because you're going to cut these out anyways, and just have a lot of fun. I am not the world's best colorer, so, oh, sorry, that was my little Bassy Bear's head. He's watching me do different shading. I was trying to explain how you can add color on top of color to get shadows and stuff. But I'm not the world's best colorer. I just went for it. And I'm using here some Stettler pencil crayons that I actually got at the dollar store. But you can use whatever pencil crayons you want. The boys are using Crayolas. If you have really nice Prima sets or anything like that, go for it. The main key when you're coloring in is not to push too hard on your first initial layers, because you don't want to fill up the tooth of the paper with the wax color from your pencil crayons. If you do that, then it's harder and harder to add layers. So start soft and build up the color and fill in the tooth. That's about it. That's all the advice that I have. I say just go for it. This is just some plain white cardstock that has no name. It was in my stash, and I thought it would be perfect to use these little leftovers that I had from another project. I stamped a whole bunch of stamps for the boys. I chose ones that were nice and big with lots of open space so that they had plenty of room to color, and away we went. So I've colored a little deer here. That's from the Close to My Heart stamp set. I think that stamp set is a couple years old, but I can put the name of it down below if you want to see if you have it in your stash or can still get a hold of it. It's the perfect stamp set for my family because it has my little bear and it has a fox and then this deer. So a couple years ago I actually got my kids to help out again and stamped this stamp a whole bunch of times on a plain white cardstock card base, and then just let them color it from there. So now that we're all done our coloring, we're going to put our cards together. So I'm using some craft cardstock pre-made card bases. These are just from Recollections. I got them a few years ago on clearance, and I kind of stashed them away for the right day, which happens to be today, because Kristina uses a craft cardstock base for one of her cards. So I'm going to put a little strip of glitter tape along the bottom of the card, and then I want to add some pattern paper to that card. So I'm just using some of my wet glue. Oh, it's leaking from the wrong place, and I feel so sad. I don't know how to fix that, but I guess I needed to show you that my glue is leaking. Anyways, so I'm just following what Kristina did here almost to the T. So we have that one little strip of glitter and then some pattern paper down at the bottom. Just take a second to measure your little cutouts to make sure you give yourself enough room on the empty space of the card, because my little jungle cards can don't take up as much space. The little characters are smaller, so the bottom border of pattern paper can actually be a lot bigger. On the other cards with the tree and my little woodland creatures, I needed to scooch all of that down. So just take a second to make sure you measure that correctly. And then you're just going to glue your little character down here. In Kristina's card, she has Santa and a Christmas tree, but we're going to go for a jungle theme because I thought that would be fun. And again, because I'm letting my kids help me, fun themes like that sort of lend themselves to a card made by children. So I put that banner across, I wrote Merry on it, and now I'm just going to use that same old Hero Art stamp that has been with me for all of these cards. I'm going to stamp the word Christmas, so I'm just inking that up, and then I'll use a little bit of washi tape here just to block the Merry part, just to make sure I don't get extra ink where I don't want it. Oh, sorry about my head. And there we go. How cute is that? These are so simple. I think by the time we were done, my boys ended up coloring 5 different characters each and a couple of trees. So we're able to get a ton of cards out of about an hour of coloring. And now I'm just going to decorate with a little bit of sequins, and that's it. That's done. Card number 1. So now here you can see that bottom row of pattern paper and glitter is a little bit shorter to fit my sweet little deer and Christmas tree. And this is a little bit closer in style to what Kristina did. So I'm going to stamp down here Happy Holidays, and then I'm going to put my deer and my tree. The second card that Kristina did was a row of gingerbread men on some white cardstock with the same pattern paper and glitter at the bottom. And I just didn't really have a stamp that kind of looked cute. I had a stocking stamp that you could have done that with. So really just play around. She didn't cut those gingerbread men out. She stamped them directly onto the card base. And it was just a lot of fun. She colored them in with pencil crayon as well, which is a super easy way to get lots of color onto your card, and anyone can do it. So this is definitely a card for beginners. If you haven't quite got yourself the courage to jump in and do some of the more elaborate cards, give this one a try. This is the one that you will be able to achieve. And now, as a nice finishing touch, I'm going to go over my deer with Wink of Stella, and I'm going to go over my lion with Wink of Stella. My boys went over there. One did rhinos, one did hippos, so they went over theirs. And I'm going to give a ruby red nose to my little Rudolph. And that's it. We're done. The card series that we've been doing has been so much fun. And I just wanted to give a big thank you to everyone who popped over here from Daisie's channel to check us out. Please go and check out Daisie's video and Kristina's video. The links will be down below. And until next time, guys, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Talk to you later, everybody. Happy scrapping. Bye.